my buddy Dash for this episode of Double Take. Dave, I just said joined by Dash, but we're joined by Dash
Talking
and
in
Dave.
the third person. That's
person.
so weird.
The way you feel.
Good morning, everyone. How's it going? Welcome to the Austrian Grand Prix. Sorry, a couple minutes late today. I don't know. I always get caught doing something. I'm sorry, guys. A couple minutes, but here we are. Just a few moments away now. The Red Bull Ring. Here we are. Red Bulls as the constructor, their home race. So welcome everyone coming in. Yeah, the power actually came back while the stream was still going, just towards the end there. But yeah, it shut everything down. It is what it is. But yeah, good morning. How you doing? Is it Ferrari's day? Does Ferrari do something here? Let's see, sir. My camera's it's been all messed up. Get the right angle there for you. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, that was just a quick power outage. I'm surprised it went down when it did because, I mean, the weather was much worse for most of the day. So somewhere, or somehow, somewhere, one of the lines went down. Something happened. I lost it for about 15 minutes. But yeah, it was a fun one. Off the rails last night. If you guys didn't catch last night's live, it was fun. It was a fun one. Not too much Juve to talk about per se. There's a bit. Some good content at the beginning, and yeah, we just had a Saturday night. With it. Okay, so I don't know if you guys have any predictions here. Verstappen pole, Ferrari 2-3. I'm gonna go get the starting grid for you guys here in a quick sec. Okay, so the pre-match is done. I wish they would just roll in, just roll into the new stuff. But no, got to get the next stream going. F1 live timing. All right. Sorry, just getting my new streams up, and I will get the starting grid. I'll just share that with you. No surprise that Max is right there. Up at the top. Man, where'd it go? It just disappeared. Oh, because they want me to buy things. Okay, let's not buy things. Here, so use the official site, why don't we? A little bit better. Max Verstappen. Oh, that was the sprint starting grid. Here we go. Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz. This makes way more sense now. Then you have Lando Norris in fourth, Lewis Hamilton, Lance Stroll, Fernando Alonso. So the Aston Martin's up there again. Nico Hülkenberg doing all right this weekend. Pierre Gasly, Alexander Albon. And you get George Russell. Maybe not the best weekend. Not a great weekend at all, honestly, for him. He's keeping in there. Esteban Ocon, Oscar Piastri, rookie started to he's getting up there in the grid, Valtteri Bottas, Sergio Perez talking about bad weekends. Yuki Tsunoda, Zhu Guanyu, Logan Sargent, K-Mag, and Nick DeVries. He might be the first to lose his seat this season. Let's see. A lot going on there. All right. So we are on the C5, C4, C3 compounds this weekend. The soft ones. Going soft. This is a great track. I love this track, honestly. It's so quick, but maybe it's because I'm good at it. At least on the sim. Yeah, I did a little time trial thing this morning. I had to beat. It wasn't even bad. It was like 106.8. I think I had to beat, and you get the Red Bull Miami livery. So I'm like, whatever, I'll do it. And I ended up getting 105.8 on my first lap, but I did the track limits thing that Checo kept on getting screwed over for this weekend, and pretty much everyone. So yeah, I had to redo it. I got like a 106 too. But I got the Red Bull livery that I will never use because I'm not a Red Bull guy. Okay, David says, I'm great. I'm on the way back from Amsterdam with my brother and cousin, and we'll watch the race while driving. Nice. Amsterdam. That's a cool city. Guess not too far from you. Take the car, eh? I thought Europeans were train people. At least that's how I got around. I thought the train was I thought it was just the most economical way of doing things. I don't know. Unless the car, if you got it, more freedom, do what you want. All right, so drivers in their seats. This is just about to start. So weather, I should talk about that because the weather is kind of iffy again today. There is lots of cloud cover. Skies are still blue. It might hold off, but yesterday that was super exciting. Maybe one of the, definitely the best sprint of the season. There's calls for the best race, even though it's just a sprint, the best race of the season so far. I thought it was pretty exciting. It started fairly slow for about 10, 11 laps. And then, man, just like opened up right away. I started having everyone going on to the slicks and making those risky decisions early on that it paid off, I think, for some of them. So, yeah, that was very exciting. Verstappen, yeah, won by 20 seconds. But that's because he pulled, and that's what he does. He pulls off right from the beginning. That's the power of getting pole position, right? Just being able to drive away into the clear, get that clean air, especially in wet conditions, especially no DRS. So 20 seconds, maybe not as crazy when you put into perspective, considering the battles going on behind him right from the get-go, right with his own teammate from the get-go. But we are in the formation lap here. Getting those tires warmed up. Yes, and always the orange army is always in, yeah, just the whole grandstand is orange. Home of Red Bull. Okay, so possible race strategies, medium, hard, medium. Medium, hard, hard. That's probably going on the softest of the compounds, I wonder, because the track wear. I guess that's what the data is showing anyways, coming from Pirelli. And they are on hards. A bunch of people on the hards already. So let's get rid of this. Okay, and David going on to say, I think it's for Verstappen easy P1, Hamilton P2, as Mercedes long run pace looked pretty good. One of the Ferraris P3. Yeah, maybe Hamilton. Hamilton's been doing well because, I don't know, he's decided to, maybe it's contract year Hamilton, something like that. Yeah, and Dave saying, good side-to-side racing on this track. Let's hope for a fun one today. All right. No. Trying to find the best view here. Yeah, that's actually even better. It's even better than the one I was using before. All right. Okay, so a couple more people dropping in. Welcome, everyone. Race is just seconds away. Does anybody else think, I don't know if it's gimmicky or not, the Williams, the air scoop overhead, how it looks like the Duracell battery? It's smart marketing. I don't know. It's good. I like it. So 2 starting from the pit. Here's the green flag. Lights are coming on. Bam, here it is. Let's see. Verstappen off the line. Leclerc's looking good as well. Already wheel to wheel. Oh, Leclerc did have a good launch. He's going to keep the pressure on early. Both in the mediums. And now it looks like a Sainz Ham. Oh, and already. Oh, everyone. First to fourth. Everyone's battling it out. It's getting tight right from the beginning. Hamilton tried to push on Sainz on that turn as well. Let's go. Oh, this could get Leclerc's trying to take outside. A little rub, maybe. Sainz is right on Leclerc as well. Oh man. Did Sainz just take over? I think no, Sainz is still in third. I thought he took over on that track, but no, they're status quo. So starts off good, guys. Comicus coming in. How's it going, Comicus? Good morning. Oh man, hanging tight. So what? Safety car. We have a safety car. Oh, Sonoda went through gravel. But they're going to have to clean that up, perhaps. That slows things down. Oh, man. Started so nice. But it's typical to get something right off the start like that. And he might have some damage. He's going in the pits. This is a full safety car. Interesting. So Haas goes in, puts on mediums. What? Well, okay, now here's Sonoda. Okay, I'm trying to figure out Haas's strategy early on there. I don't know if there was an issue. New wing. Sonoda gets a new wing as well and some hards. Not a good start for the AlphaTauris. Yeah, there's some wing pieces on the track. Cleanup crews out there. So this is legit safety car early on. Shouldn't be too long, I don't think. Got the Mercedes AMG safety car this week. They interviewed the safety car driver on one of the Formula One podcasts, like one of the officials. I can't remember if it was Formula Y or just the standard F1 one, but that's kind of interesting hearing from the actual safety car driver. That was a bit different. Okay, Dave has the stream 15 seconds back. Yeah, that just must be my feed. There's always a delay regardless. Can't kill it all. And I don't know how well you guys can see it on your screen, but there is the radio transcriptions coming in pretty quick. It's hard to keep up with them, but they are there. Check them out if you like. All right, so little lull here as the safety car really kills the momentum, the excitement here. Okay, so we just saw Sonoda. What happened that first turn? He took a lot of curb, and the left wing, as the car kind of like rode that curve and tilted, he smashed the wing against the pavement. Oh no, but no, the Alpine actually took a bit out of it. Okay, it looked like he just smacked it, which was odd. But no, the Alpine did take that off. Interesting. I think that was Ocon. That's unfortunate. Got a little tight. Those starts. So safety car in this lap. Oh, and then there's where he goes. So he messed up a couple times. Oh man, what a horrible start for him. Loses his end plate and then goes in the gravel a couple turns later. Okay. So we'll see how this restart fares now. Everyone's bunched up. Lap 3. So we really didn't even have a full lap. Green flag. Max is still slowing down. Here we go. See how tight they can keep this. Charles really has work cut out for him this weekend. This is his chance. Not only has he not got podium, like he hasn't, he can fight for first if he plays his cards right. Ferrari strategy has to be locked in. Cards got to behave. We haven't seen the Red Bull have like any mechanical failures, any of that kind of stuff. Those, so it's like you kind of hope as a Ferrari fan that maybe something happens to the Red Bull, but they've been so mechanically solid. So playing pretty good now. Do we have we have nothing there. That was Stroll holding off. Alpine's trying to take on the inside, but no go. I think the Alpines are just a little slow, a little bit on the slower side. Perhaps their drivers are underrated because their cars, I don't know. What do you guys think? Is the Alpine car underrated or is it the drivers? They're doing decent. They're doing okay. They got yelled at. They did better after getting yelled at. But yeah, Leclerc's already over a second behind. Like, oh man, see that's not a good look already if you're already a second behind. But Hamilton's over a second behind Sainz. So when a lap or so when DRS enables, you want to be locked into that 1 second zone. We'll see. We'll see if he's just being a little easy on the tires and if he'll push in. But Verstappen did fastest lap there. 109. There's still a little bit to get to the full speed, I think. So next lap is DRS. That's going to be lap 6, finally. So let's see how... So from 5th all the way down, you're going to have a DRS train. I wonder how... that'll be interesting. It's keeping tight. Maybe some overtakes early on. Get some excitement into this race as it needs it after that. Yuki. Just blame Yuki. So I think the Alpine car isn't that great. Ocon goes mostly to the limit of what that car is capable of. So yeah, you think ST Bestie, I think is the nickname he's going by these days. It's P1 with Matt and Tommy. They did an interview with them, and that's the nickname. We haven't created any nicknames for the drivers yet here, but DRS enabled. We have to get like a Milkman or a Timmy, something like that going on. All right, so here's the next question. Does Sainz take Leclerc? And what happens with the race orders? Because I think Sainz is quicker this weekend. They go over a race pace, perhaps. I think Sainz is a bit faster. Like Leclerc's already pushed back to 2 seconds behind. And Sainz, I mean, he's got the DRS. I think Sainz is taking second, guys. I don't know what's up with Charles this season. Confident shot, I'm not sure. So Norris. Okay, Norris is calling in for track limits on Hamilton. Norris right behind Hamilton and trying to get a penalty on him. So track limits on this track is easy to achieve. So yeah, it's after 4 track limits to get 5 seconds. We saw it a lot in qualifying. Checo not making out of quali 2 once again, just because of track limits. Just like I did in the sim this morning. Had a ripper of a lap, track limits. Okay, no, I'm just watching the Ferrari signs just dropping back a little bit. I don't know. I don't know for how long. Leclerc's obviously going to start pushing. He knows his teammates on him. Are they going to ruin their tires? That's the other question. Are they going to fight each other and ruin tires? And that's what I don't like to see. This is making me nervous. This is hard as a Ferrari fan. So nerve-wracking. So Stroll took over Hülkenberg there. So it's 6-7 for Aston Martin. And Russell in 11th right now. Albon's still in 10th. Albon's going to be interesting too. If he's just going to hold in there for points. Right on Gasly. The DRS train just in general. So, David, I'm interested on your thought too with the Ferraris. How's this going to play out today? Because it's 2.5 seconds now back from Verstappen. Signs on the radio. Let me know for pace. Okay. I think you can see it. I don't need to let you know. Okay. So read between the lines. Signs has quicker pace. Signs, I think, is the de facto number 1 right now. I think you let him through. So that's interesting. You have a Russell Perez there in 11th, 12th. Both going to battle to get into points, clearly. Car's capable of it. But to have them battling back outside of the points like that. With Albon, big fat Albon there, can't get past. Okay, what do we get in replay here? All right, that's the... Oh, Hülkenberg lockup. That's why Stroll was so easy to overtake there. Yeah, Dave's saying they should let the quicker one pass. They do. If Fred Vasseur wants to run this team differently, he's got to make these calls. Oh, yeah, so just drop down to 3/10 behind Leclerc as he gets in the DRS zone. That big uphill straight. Oh, Perez taking an inside pass on Russell. Signs, we stick with the plan. No attack for now. So he's still asking. Still asking if we take the attack or not. But here, Perez is holding on and takes Russell. So Perez is going to be pushing. He did well yesterday. Albon, let's see what he has, how well he can defend. This should be a decent enough track for the Williams as well. And Dave's saying Ferrari screws themselves over for being indecisive. Yes. Absolutely. That's why I'm so nervous in that regard right now. It's like, oh, what are they going to do? Come on. I mean, the thing is Hamilton is 2.9 seconds behind Sainz. Do they just hold? Do they just hold and do 2-3? I mean, 2-3 for Ferrari this weekend, considering the form of Max. So Norris, every time Hamilton goes off, please report it. I mean, he's going off every lap everywhere. So yeah, Norris really getting on Hamilton. So Hamilton not being quick enough and going all over the place. Now Norris, of course, within the DRS zone is upset because he wants to overtake, and you know, if he can't get a racing line, we'll see how that one plays out as well. Now that's actually helping Ferrari, the fact that Hamilton is all over the place and can't let, He's basically blocking fourth place behind at this point, right? Keeping the Ferrari safe in their own little pocket with Max is going to win by like 40 seconds. Okay, so Perez in 10th still, Russell in 11th. There's a few of these names are going back and forth here. Hulkenberg dropping into 19th. So something happened there. Yeah, as he's in the pit lane. He's just chewing through his tires. This is his second pit stop. He pitted at the safety car. 12 laps in. And Dave now saying, I wouldn't be surprised if Ferrari calls them to hold position. I think you have to let Carlos go. Honestly. Unless there's... Hamilton's saying this car's slow, mate. No, you're slow, Hamilton. You're slow. Okay. No, this is maybe the mental thing going on here, right? If Leclerc's mentality is shot, they might be trying to push him to keep the second. Whereas Carlos, his confidence is actually high, even though he's being dropped back, but he is the second driver in that sense, right? So maybe from the personnel perspective, it's hard to say, right? Without being in the zone with them, or without interacting with these guys day in, day out. Leclerc slithers through the corners. He clearly slows Carlos down. Yeah. Hamilton here. Okay, Lou. So we now have a black and white flag for track limits at turn 10. And he's saying, I can't keep it on the track. The car won't turn. So Hulkenberg is done. So just coming out of the pits again, and now he's on fire. We may have a Ferrari engine on fire. Thankfully, it's not in a Ferrari, but yeah, Haas lost power, smoking out. Yellow flag, sectors 1 and 2. 2/3 the track locked down again here. Oh, well, that's too bad. Hulkenberg not having a day. Signs on the radio again. He wants to try. Oh, and what do you know? Commentator saying Ferrari needs to be more decisive. Carlos needs to go. And 5.2 second gap now. 5.3. Come on. Ferrari. That being said, there's 4 seconds to Hamilton now. So turn 10 is, turn 10 is the track limit turn. The one that everyone gets it because you're just trying to push through so quickly. So it is virtual safety car. So Hamilton Norris in the pits, the 4-5 cars coming in. We see, no, Ferrari was out, but they were going back in. So it's an 8-second loss under the safety car. Hamilton with a 2.9. Norris slow. Gasly comes in at the 2.5. So Russell a 3.2. That's also slow for Mercedes again. Norris is still in. Albon going for a 2.7. That's decent. Williams doing well. Okay, was the time on Norris messed up? Perhaps. Yeah, they was getting upset. How did they not call the change positions? They have to consider the pit stop at this point too. They're on mediums. Tsunoda gets track limits now. Black and white flag. So that's going to probably be a 5-second penalty there. Sainz getting a box. Oh, which... This means they're keeping Leclerc number 2. Number 1 on the team, sorry, in second position. What they double stacked? Okay, Ferrari's on a double stack. 4.4 seconds. Oh, come on, Ferrari. Jesus Christ. 4.5. What's going on? I'm just shaking my head. Alonso going in for a 2.7. There's a team that's got their shit sorted out. Alonso. Oh, McLaren gets past the Ferrari coming out of the pits because of that slow stop. Norris ahead of Sainz. Leclerc still in second. Oh, Bottas has a broken wing. Right end plate. 3 wide going into the first turn. Turn 3, sorry. Turn 3. Oh, man, that's going to get exciting now. Okay, so Sainz back onto mediums. And Hamilton Norris ahead on hards. Perez sitting in third now. Perez in the mix, even though he has not pitted yet. So strategy's definitely starting to come into play. And yeah, Carlos lost out. Guys, come on. Why don't you don't stay out? Yeah, that's Sainz. It's just so frustrating because everyone, us casuals just sitting here, know what the decision needs to be. Oh, you can't help but just shake your head at it. So Sainz here overtaking Norris. Yeah, tight, but Sainz has it. Oh, but on the straight here, Norris is pushing. Probably has the battery down, going tight. I think Sainz has this clear as day coming out through the corner. He's got it. So Sainz sitting in 5th, only 1.2 behind Hamilton. So Sainz should be able to slot back into at least 4th now. Red Bull still without the pit. So technically still a 2-3. 2-4. I mean, I'm assuming Hamilton gets overtaken pretty quick here. And Hamilton on the hard side and both Ferraris on the mediums. Hamilton 5 seconds. Did he get called for the 5? You still got to get past him and make the clear air. Okay, that... oh, pit incursion. Oh, that's got to be a penalty. That was an Alpine and Williams. So Leclerc now 16.5 seconds behind, but the pit as well. So that's interesting that the Red Bulls did not pit, going on their just keeping their strategy as if the safety cards don't even exist. So Yuki Tsunoda is given the plus 5 seconds for track limits. That has been made official. Have not seen the Hamilton one yet. Okay, so Ocon complaining about Bottas's front wing, so they can give him the meatball there, force him in to get a new wing there. Stewards can force the car in. So Sainz, half a second. No, he's DRSing hard. Is he going to overtake? We're not seeing the feed, but he's only a 10th back. And he does. He did overtake. Side by side, actually. Hamilton still ahead. Sainz pushing through. Oh, yeah, here we go. Coming into the final sector, he takes Hamilton. 4th place. Beautiful. Beautiful. So Sainz, as we can see, Sainz has the pace today. Very good to see. Somebody throw this man a bone. So Sainz notably as well within DRS as well on Perez, just holding into it. Sainz also just got fastest lap. Beautiful. So here's the replay. So just coming down. Oh yeah, just inside, late break and takes Hamilton because Hamilton took that really wide. Then he came out onto the other side of Sainz there. But yeah, just no turning ability. Hamilton on the radio here. Yeah, just saying they can break so much later than him. Yeah. Yeah, you can really see that. Oh, now he's taking Perez. No factor. Sainz is killing it. Beautiful. 2-3 for Ferrari once again. Now Sainz 4.8 seconds behind his teammate. Okay, we have more overtakes in the midfield. Albon being fat on track. He's doing it. He's in 11th, though. Oh, does he get taken? Oh, man, that's such a good fight. Ocon can't take it. Albon doing it again this week. Man, I underestimated the Ferrari's race pace, but still they fucked themselves over by not calling for Carlos to pass. He would have made so much time up that he lost behind Leclerc in the pits. Yeah, I mean, they had 2 laps to pit under the safety car. They just have to make a call. They should have, honestly. Even if it was Carlos, I would have pitted Charles first just to get Carlos into some clean air for a little bit, for a lap, but yeah, that's frustrating. They needed to make that call quicker. Okay, so, and yes, as the commentator says it too, as I'm listening, I'm thinking this. So 15 seconds back from Verstappen, who has not pitted yet. Bones. Okay, Hamilton. Yeah, Perez went off at turn 10. If they're dishing these things out, they might as well know. But, Hamilton is being a bitch. So, Bones coming in. So, Dave, what if there's an F1 anime? What if? What if there was? Maybe I'll give it a go. I don't know. And for the record, my Honda hat is not in support of a Red Bull powertrain. I just like Honda. I have lots of Honda products. Hamilton is taking Perez. But oh no, Perez? No, because Hamilton can't turn. Perez takes him back on the corner. Oh man, that'll make things interesting. That's going to keep the gap off of Ferrari, though. So Sainz on the radio. Oh, he's getting some track limits now as well. Interesting. Okay. But Sainz 6.2, so he's actually slowed down a bit. He must have had to use up a bit of his tire there doing those overtakes. Taking it easy, perhaps. Just letting things settle in. Plus, maybe just team orders. I think he understands that he's not going to give... He's not going to be the number one here. Do I like the Civic Type R? If it was more practical, I probably have it. I have a Civic Sport hatchback. I love it. I mean, it's nothing fancy. I understand that, but for what it is. Perez completely off at turn 10. Has he got a penalty yet? That's Hamilton once again. Yeah, I like the Civic. I've always loved the Civic. So I had since 2012 an 07 Tacoma. And I went hunting with it off-road. Like I used it as a truck. I overloaded it all the time. Really abused it, but it's Toyota and it held in real good. But it's definitely showing its age now, right? In 07. Also just bad on gas. I got like a 40-kilometer drive every day. And the wife kept on talking because she has a CRV. She's just about to pay it off. And she's like, you need a new car. I'm like, no, I'm stubborn. I really don't. There's no point of having a new car. And I was like, if I was ever to go get a new car, I already have a truck. I don't need a big vehicle. I was just going to get a Civic. Just get a beater. Just, it doesn't have to be a beater. Just something reliable. It's cheap, but still, has some performance to it. So she didn't tell me one day, and she got it's 2018. It's used. There's a few months back now, and she's just like, yeah, we're going to Ottawa. We're picking up your car. Didn't tell me because she knew I would just like kick and scream and tell her no. But anyways, now I have a Civic Sport. Yeah. Okay, so Verstappen is in the pits. Back to the race. So this is the Honda. I have a Honda. It's a Cub Cadet lawnmower, but it's a Honda engine. Was it GS 160? Then I got the GX 300 on my power washer. I have the 2K inverter. The CRV, the Civic. I think that's 5 Honda engines. So it is Leclerc in first now. He does take over with Verstappen just coming out on his ass. This is going to be good now. No, sorry, this is Verstappen on Sainz. My mistake. So it's a 1-2 for Ferrari. Verstappen is going to push. This is the first time he has not led the race in, like the second race? Red Bull's strategy has actually taken a bit of a knock here. I do not know the official lap count, but I want to say it's like 70, 80 laps Verstappen has led. Well, if you count the sprints, it's probably like 100 laps he had been leading for. So Perez gets the box. So Verstappen 0.3 seconds up on Sainz. So keeping him at DRS, that's going to be really, really hard. But if he can defend and just slow him down, let Leclerc, and this is where Sainz is a great teammate. If he just keeps Verstappen slow, lets him just ruin those brand new tires. But here he is on the DRS. Sainz does defend and keep second. This is going to be really, really tough. No, and there's Verstappen coming down the straight on the DRS. That's unfortunate, but yeah. Hopefully just slows him down. So that's 6.4 seconds on Leclerc. So Leclerc now, this is his best chance. No podium no podium yet this year, but he's currently in first in the Austrian GP. Very, very interesting. Oh man. And Verstappen gets a fast slap. Oh no, wait, 929. All right, I apologize, guys. That coffee ripped right through me. I'm going to take a quick washroom break. I'll be right back. Hopefully I did not miss too much. That's Hamilton taking fourth. No, Norris taking fourth from Hamilton. Sorry. All right. KB saying woke up late. Are you allowed to do that when you have kids? All right. Hamilton not having a day of it at all. Russell in eighth, though. So Russell has not been on the radio much that we've heard. So not complaining like Hamilton. Maybe a different setup, or maybe Russell's not a bitch. Either way. So Signs. Oh, Signs just got a 5-second track limit penalty. Come on. That's no good. And Norris is 5.5 seconds. So Signs has to keep the pace while not going over the line anymore. Why do you do this to... As 98 Civic SI is life. Yeah, those old Civics are pretty sweet. Like the SI, the modern SI, there's a couple of trim things. From what I understand, it's just engine tuning. But I mean, the thing that I love about my Civic right now is that it's still fairly quick. It's 185 horsepower, turbo. You know, it's got the same engine as the CRV. Like all the Hondas use the same engine. It's in such a small package. Even the Fit has the same thing, just without the turbo. So it's the smallest car with the turbo, and it's just so quick for what it is. But I'm getting super good fuel efficiency out of it at the same time. So it's just great. It's fast and efficient and cheap. It's just cheap to run. It's great. So Verstappen throwing a 3.6 now on Leclerc. So he's making that time. Signs looks like he maybe quickened up a bit or Norris slowed down. Either way, the gap has widened up a bit. Still some tire choices to be made here for a second stop. Safety cars really switch things up too, though. If we get another one, until then, we'll see. This I mean, a Ferrari 1.3 even would be good, but I think we're getting a 2.3 at the end of the day. Oh, that looked like it was in. They're showing signs. Oh no! Oh, he just went off. That corner's nasty. Nasty. Yeah, that was it 1.5 liter? 4-cylinder. The thing too, I noticed too with that engine, because I have the manual in the Civic, whereas the CRV has the CVT. And I mean, like, CVTs are great for most just like everyday driving for people that don't understand, I guess, how to drive, how cars work, whatever. Your grandma's, my wife, whatever. It's sluggish. It's very sluggish. So Norris now getting a stern talking to about track limits. Yeah, with manual, obviously, I mean, I still screw it up all the time, the shifts and whatnot, but just so much more control. It's just like coming off the highway and coasting and stuff. I have a lot of like coming up high speed, slow speed stuff on my drive, right? So it can be very inefficient accelerating up to highway speeds all the time. So that manual really lets you kind of control. Okay, Leclerc radio. Did he just said no? Okay, so I think they didn't show the transcript, but they're talking about higher degradation, I think. Gasly gets track limits now. It's going to be most of the field getting the 5 second. Bones, yeah. So the only one that doesn't have the turbo is the Fit. So the Fit has the 1.5 liter, just no turbo. Civic's the next size up, and yeah, they put the turbo in it. And from what I understand, they're all just 1.5 liter turbos. The new Ridgeline, I wonder what engine the new Ridgeline uses, because the Ridgeline's actually small. They've gotten smaller. Hard to find, though. They're not on the lots. Maybe that's an old man retirement truck. The guy around the corner that retired just bought one, so probably. So Verstappen, 1.1 seconds back on Leclerc. It's going to happen. It's happening, guys. You mean power loss? What do you mean, Bones? Anyway, sorry. Yeah, DRS. He's gonna get DRS, and the DRS on this Red Bull, my lord, so quick. It's so quick. Yeah, he just made up half a second on that straight. Absolutely insane. This is just. This is like racing in the sim. So yes, Leclerc's on full defense now. He's not going to hold him off. I mean, I would say just let him pass, save your tires, keep it like you're not holding Max up. I mean, you can try to force an error, but Leclerc's more likely to make the error, in my opinion. Let's see what you got, Leclerc. I don't think the car is good enough. It's unfortunate, but I don't think you nor the car is good enough to hold this off. As much as I would love it to be. So, I think there's another track limits in play there. Let's see who gets that one now. Oh, power loss for the CVT. Yeah, sorry. It's not so much power loss. Okay, Verstappen, is he going to do it? He does. Yeah, Verstappen's back in first. Not surprised at all by that. 10 laps on hards versus 19 laps on the medium. So Ferrari's back in 2-3. Signs for that 5 second penalty. Norris getting, if Norris gets a 5 second, then it's all out in the wash. But yeah, so it's CVTs try to keep a consistent power band. So when you try to push outside that power band, either do like engine braking or to accelerate, like more aggressive acceleration, it takes a bit for it to think to get there because it wants to keep it more in the center. And it's like, oh no, you really want to do that. And it moves over. Cool technology, and it's very efficient and very comfortable. You don't get, the jerkiness. Even with like traditional transaxles, you would still get, especially if you're driving a Ford. Oh, Magnussen's in the gravel. Yeah, I used to drive a Ford and get, after a few years, it would just like clunk through third gear or whatever. So more gravel. That's too bad. So Magnussen in 19th, his teammate Hulkenberg out. Not a good day, but De Vries kind of push him. See what happens. 5 second time penalty for Albon. Track limits. Well, he's going to lose points now. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I think with the CRV is the CVT is obviously a factor, but it's a much larger vehicle and it's got more of like the camera sensor stuff and all that crap in it. It's got the options, all the crap in. Yeah, it's just so much heavier. So I don't know miles per gallon off the top of my head, and I'm a fairly aggressive driver. I'm not a princess about things. I get 5.7 liters per 100 kilometers in the Civic. Same engine CRV, it's at like 8.3. So it's a significant difference. Yeah, new engines rely heavily on TAC. Yeah, because the internal combustion engine, there's not many more efficiencies you can really do to it without, like, doing superchargers or, what making an affordable, reliable engine, not get into like performance racing engines, right? Stroll in for a second stop, doing a 2.7. So Aston Martin pretty much has it locked down to about 2.7 seconds. So Sainz keeping about 6 seconds from Norris. He needs 5. I wish they would actually post up penalties. The game does that. It's always nice because you have an actual visual indication of who's got the penalties. So Leclerc 3.3. Yeah, Verstappen just pulling away. It's really quite ridiculous how fast this guy is. Perez, in contrast, in 7th. So it shows it like the Red Bull's a good car. It's probably still the best car on the track, but Perez is just there in 7th. Now, is it a Perez thing? I don't know. It's interesting. I would love to see, just hypothetically, and it may happen, you never know, but if Verstappen was to go to Ferrari or Mercedes, Aston Martin, any of those teams, is he still dominating as he is now? And that will answer the question, is Perez bad? I don't think he's bad. He's still second in points. It's just being very inconsistent, but he puts points up. Like, he's still getting points here today. It's hard when your teammate is so good and there's nothing you can do, right? Essentially. Okay, going back to Yoda. What year Yoda you got? It's 07 Tacoma. Real beater these days. So Dick DeFreeze, 5-second penalty. Okay, let's see what what type of car he wants. Lewis, they're all going to get penalties in front of you, all of them, so keep going. Okay. Yeah, everyone's getting penalties. Everyone. Hamilton is cleaned up, though, and hasn't gone off the track. I don't know if he's on his last strike. Norris, 9.5 seconds off Sainz now, so it's pretty good. It's pretty good. There's going to be another stop. So 31 laps to go. Okay, so Norris does have a 5-second penalty. So Ferrari is very comfortably 2-3. I don't think you can expect anything else from Ferrari. Verstappen's just going to Verstappen. Okay, so KB's dreams a Honda NSX. At the right moment, I want a 4Runner because he's got a kid. Oh, man. The 4Runners are huge, man. They're nice, but I find they're just too big. Unless you got one of those massive type families, or you have like you're a florist and you have to deliver flowers around town, in which case get a panel van. But like if you had to have a two-way car that does both, it's just so big. Oh, I had a 99 4Runner Limited. It was my dad's car. Bought it off him. That's what I had before the Tacoma. The old 4Runners are balling. Yeah, it's saying 21 or 22. Things are tanks. Guy at work has one and says they're just pigs on gas. Honestly, like that CRV size that I have, I'm impressed. Like in terms of an all-around package. So, drivers yet to serve 5-second time penalties. Signs: Hamilton, Ocon, Albon, De Vries. So they're gonna serve that in the pits. That's yet to serve them. The Tundra. Yeah, the newer Tundras are actually a bit nicer, I gotta say. But again, they're just massive. So big. Gas isn't getting any cheaper. That's part of the problem. It just keeps on getting jacked higher and higher. Along with the government just trying to take your gas engines away completely. So David's back just ate some KFC. It's interesting you go for KFC. I got some fried chicken my wife made in the fridge. I'm going to do wings tonight too. So Perez takes Alonso, no issue. So is that Russell in the pits there? Yeah, Russell at a 2.8 second pit stop. Hamilton sitting in fourth now, 12 seconds behind Sainz. So here's the pits, mixing up the order, putting some excitement back into this race. Good thing you're back, Dave, because, yeah, I mean, slowed. Okay, so Sainz is holding out for maybe a safety car. Pierre Gasly, 5-second penalty. So Sainz actually faster than Leclerc again now. Starting to push on his tires. Ooh, somebody... Was that a lockup into the pits? Yeah, Hamilton just completely locked up his rear right. Coming into the pits, though, so... Holding for 5 seconds for the penalty. Here they go. 4 and 8.9, so 2.9. Okay, that was still pretty slow overall. But Hamilton's slowly coming out for an 8.9 second stop. Bones saying, never been a fan of KFC. Bojangles better. That must be a local reference. Never heard of Bojangles. It just, Bojangles doesn't seem like a place I want to go to. But there's a lot of fried chicken spots in America. I understand that. It's pretty popular. Okay, so Verstappen about 11 seconds ahead. Sainz 4 seconds behind his teammate now. So he might decide to make this interesting again, Carlos. I don't know if there's enough time. There's enough laps in this one. We can see what happens if Sainz wants to go for a second place. I'd be up for it, like as long as it's clean and fair. Dave said not a big fan of KFC either, but that was what was on the highway. That's right, driving back from Amsterdam. Were you out there for a party? What were you doing? I mean, you don't go to Amsterdam for business, do you? So Norris takes Gasly's in 6th now. So McLaren's had a mixed day. Kind of doing well, not so well. Piastri in 19th. So more so talking about Norris today. But that would be a decent outing for Norris if he can do 6th. Reasonable. Does Bottas take Stroll here? No. Oh, maybe. Let's see. Because, yeah, Alonso's still in 5th. No. Bottas 17th. Okay, so here is Alonso coming in. Nice stop. 2.5. Gasly in the pits as well. Sainz getting the box. So that'll give him 15 laps. Did they put softs on? What are they going to do? Can't be mediums. Gasly with an 8.8 with his 5 seconds. Isn't KFC the Taco Bell of the chicken places? A little road trip with lots of beer. All right. So Sainz coming to the pits. See what we get. So he's getting his hards. They don't trust the softs. Okay. Hard tires for 15 laps. Do not trust the softs for 15 laps. That's very interesting. I thought perhaps, again, if this is me, maybe I like a little more risk in my life. I would have kept Sainz out for a couple more laps on those mediums. He seemed to be doing all right. And then I would have slapped on softs and told him to give him shit. But Sainz comes out in 5th. And, wow, okay. So he's going to have to take Norris now. So Ferrari, I don't know. He's going to take him, yeah, even without his tires warmed up. Hards, not warmed up your tires, taking him out on the outside. Sainz is coming through. He takes it. That's actually impressive, not having your hards warmed up. You're on an out lap. Taking the spot that easy. You like Taco Bell for different reasons. What are those reasons? Never a fan. Taco Bell's just not a fan. Okay, so I'm not sure what they're telling Leclerc, but they said he needs to extend this stint. So maybe they are going to put on softs for Leclerc. But it's 13 seconds. Okay, so no, is it to hold off Perez? Perez is 12 seconds behind. Again, Ferrari's making me nervous, and there's Leclerc's box. All right. So I don't know what the radio call, and those radio calls come in a while after they actually happen. So who knows? Could have been an old one. So Leclerc's in. He does not have a penalty to serve. 2.5. That was finally a good stop by him. So Perez coming out in second. He still has a pit stop to make as well, though. So there's Sainz sneaking into 4th. So it's the 2 Red Bulls up top, and then Leclerc, Sainz, the 2 Ferraris in 3rd, 4th. But still, most likely, I don't think Perez is holding out on old mediums for the rest of the race. He's coming in for another pit stop. That would be impressive, though. Yeah, David's saying Perez. Yeah, it still has to come. So not too worried. Also, Hamilton, Russell in 7-8. So I wonder if they can work with each other, but there's a bit of a gap there. Let's see. You have 22 laps. Does a Russell make up pace on Hamilton? KB says if you're going to get a colonoscopy and need your bowels clean, just make a stop at Taco Bell. You don't need a colonoscopy to clean your colon, do you? You can just do it for health reasons. My wife came home last night with Dairy Queen, and like that stuff just wrecks me. I'm like, oh, why did he do that? Didn't even need the coffee this morning. I mean, DQ. Somebody should be questioning them a bit more. Verstappen is coming into the box. So let's see where he comes out on this one. 26-second gap. I think he's coming out in first. 2.4 second. Yeah, Red Bull. Red Bull is quick in the pits. Let's see as he comes out with shiny new tires. He's on mediums. And I'm pretty sure he's coming out. Yeah, he's coming out in first. 5.5 seconds on Perez still. And Verstappen being on mediums, Leclerc signs on hards. We know the order here. Rexy Bones, what's a Rexu? What are you saying? Nobody is erect right now. Oh, Nick DeVries locks up hard. Perez is finally coming to the pits. So this should be about the final order. Norris holding on to that fastest lap right now. Verstappen, I imagine, is going to be taking that on his fresh mediums. Okay, so here's the pit. 2.4 seconds. No, I didn't say it wrecks me. I said it wrecks. That wrecks me. Man. Getting into erections here, talking about Dairy Queen. So, final 20. So, Leclerc still 13. I mean, this is going to be like 20 seconds by the end of it. Behind Verstappen. Sainz 8 seconds now. Norris still on his ass, though. 0.8. And there's Verstappen's fastest lap. 108, 150. Oh, and Perez did take a hard. See, there we go again. So Perez taking it hard, where Verstappen takes it soft. So shows the difference in perhaps the driver skills, preferences. So I think this race just kind of is going to settle in at this point. Let's see if there's anything fun here in the mix-up. Joe on Sargent for 13th. Hamilton on the radio. So he's asking about more penalties to people. he's told to just drive. Just please drive. Do your job. They get in tunnel vision, right? They don't see what we see, where everyone's getting the 5 seconds. But like they are. Everyone they all are. So honestly, yeah, he just needs to shut up and drive. Russell's still not making up any time on Hamilton, though. So was that just the pace of the Mercedes? Ooh, Perez just gets the fastest lap on hards. 108.1. It's going to push Verstappen. Now, granted, low fuel on softs, you can hit just under 105, like a 104.8 qualifying pace. So there's time to be made here if they want to push for it. Sonoda has a 10-second penalty. Oh, man, more track limits. Signs on the radio. What was that? I didn't really catch what he said. Let me know if you heard it, if you have the stream. Not sure what he said there. Actually, only thinks Perez is the threat. Okay, he wants to know Checo's pace. Could I I'm gonna represent that. I don't know if I can share the oh no. I can't share the audio. Did you guys hear that? Let me know if you hear that. Yeah, I don't know if that audio comes through in that mode, but that was the team radio. I'm a Ferrari guy, KB. It's hard to like Mercedes when Hamilton is on the team. Really hard. David's saying that's what you think the Mercedes is capable of today. Yeah, they're kind of track specific this year. And this, yeah, they're not a fast track. They're a Silverstone type of track, right? Like a medium track. Perez, stay on the track limits. We can't afford a penalty here. Entry, turn 10, exit, turn 10 are the main concerns for track limits. Yeah, it's turn 10. If you guys have the sim, I suggest actually race this out because I got track limited on the exact same turn this morning. All right, Stroll, 2.6 second stop with some mediums. 15 laps. Okay, so Sainz still 9 seconds back. I think it's just race management. But that being said, Norris is still an 8/10 back, so they've been fighting this whole time. So Sainz lost the pace in the hards, which I find interesting. He was so good on mediums. Norris on hards as well, though. That would be really, with Perez as well, trying to take Norris. So it is a DRS train there. That would be a real shame if Sainz can't keep. Yeah, and there's Perez sitting in fourth now, going to push on Sainz. Don't lose the podium there. Come on, this is anxious moments again. Oh boy. How about that subscription base to use heated seats in cars in the future? Yeah, no, I can't stand any of that. It's very Apple. Something Apple would do is make you pay for something that you already own. Or Amazon. Amazon's also bad for that kind of stuff. With their doorbells and whatnot. So Perez on DRS on Sainz. I don't know about this Ferrari. This is going to be tough again. Both hards are battling it out here. Norris, not even in DRS zone on Perez at all anymore. Because and that's the card. The Red Bull DRS really is good. And, ooh, looking tight. Sainz has his work cut out for him today. This is his second time defending a Red Bull today. But the heated seat thing, that was Mercedes, wasn't it? And my buddy has a Mercedes, and he's starting to lose faith in the company with that kind of crap as well. Signs moving under braking. So I think he's complaining that he's not being fair with the defense. But let's see. I mean, honestly, Sainz has to do his best. He's not. No, Perez takes him. No. Oh, take. So tight, so tight. I thought Perez had it there, but Sainz still on it. But this is super tight. Oh, he got DRS from the Haas that he's lapping. That gave him a little speed. Very interesting as they're coming back onto the back markers now. And that's going to add a little bit to it as well, as Perez also has to face a bit of traffic now with those back markers trying to overtake. So next chapter here in the race gets interesting. Yeah, people do actually pay for that crap. That's the unfortunate thing, is that we keep on paying for this crap. Oh, man. So here it is, turn 1. We go for another lap. Sainz keeping tight. No track limits, though, on this round. Oh, Perez. Oh, wheel to wheel. There's a touch there. Wow, Sainz holding. Perez takes it. But Sainz gets DRS now as a result, who takes the position back. Oh, that's what happens when you pass just before the DRS zone. You'll lose the advantage. Oh, Sainz almost loses the back end as he takes a bit of curve. We're wheel to wheel. Sainz comes on the inside, takes back the position, pushes Perez back, and this continues on, going to the double left. Rolling into turn 9 and 10. Wooey! So, coming to the final. Here's another round. These quick laps. Whoo! So, Sainz, turn 1. On the radio here now. Complained that he's getting pushed off the track. I think that's fair racing, man. Oh, inside. No, Perez cannot get it on the outside. Doesn't have that extra little grip to push through it. So Verstappen 20 seconds ahead now. The great thing about this now is there's now an 12-second gap to Leclerc. 10 laps back. So if Perez does manage to take third, second is a long, long ways away. Sainz still on the radio, not happy. He's got to keep his head. Still half a second back. He's got this. He's doing well. So Dave's saying if the consumer didn't go for all that BS, they wouldn't be able to charge for everything. Yeah, it's marketing. Marketing works, right? And you think this is going to end in a crash. I don't know. This is good. This is classic. We haven't seen much of this year, especially for a podium position. Podium positions just kind of settle in, and you're more concerned about 10th place. Just no space. The defense on Sainz today has actually been quite good. Oh, but here it is. Perez does clear through. Perez takes it. But no, Sainz coming back on the inside doesn't get it, but we're talking DRS zone right here. Oh, man. This is still tight, though, because the DRS is going the other way now. So 13-second gap to Leclerc. 9 laps. Assuming a Ferrari engine doesn't blow up in flames, Leclerc's getting a podium today. Maybe Carlos, if he can bring this back. Because now we have to see how Perez defends. Yeah, 4/10 back. This isn't over. Perez does have the fastest lap as well, so he gets that extra point. It's a bit of redemption as well. Like, this is a good race by Perez overall. He played the long game and stayed in there, and he's currently in third. Yeah, as Dave says as well, Perez's recovery coming from 15th. So hopefully Sainz has has something left here because he's slipping back. But as a result, yeah, absolutely secured the Ferrari second place. Norris didn't really take much advantage of that. His car just couldn't, I guess, didn't have enough left. Ocon, track limits. Signs on the radio. The steward should have looked at that. That was intimidating me a lot. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, Carlos. You're upset. You got to take that position back. And he's not. He's 1.3 seconds now, so he's losing the DRS. That's too bad. That's too bad. That would have been really good at 2-3, and it's just Red Bull racking up so many more points. So, any more drama for the rest of this one? Yeah, Sainz dropping back even more. It's just so disheartening to see after that, right? Like, can't get back into the fight. Use so much of your tires just to defend, and then you end up losing it. Stroll takes over Albon. So that's points for Stroll. That's good for Stroll as well, because he really needs to start proving himself and and prove to his daddy that he should have the race seat. More so with the board members, because daddy has to convince the board members. But not bad. Not bad overall. '65th lap. Oh boy. So I don't think anybody that we care about. 17th place, there's some DRSing going on, but no, this is unless somebody makes a late push. We look pretty settled in. Perez actually still making time up a little bit, but 22, yeah, just not enough. 23 seconds for Verstappen, 12 and a half for Perez. So he made up half a second already, but there's not enough time for that. Still, Ferrari's pace today was really impressive compared to everyone bar Red Bull. Well, yeah, I mean, they overall, the timings don't lie there. Huge improvement. This is what we should be seeing every weekend, honestly. Ferrari should be the de facto number 2 car. Logan Sargent gets a penalty. Not that it matters at this point. Ever played Top Gear for SNES? That's playing my really. Which one's Top Gear? Let me Google this. Oh yeah, I've definitely played this one. I think I played the NES version of it. I don't know if I played the SNES version of it. Yeah, this one's classic. It's not a very good game overall, but there's no commentary in that game, though. Well, Jeff, coming in now asking who I got winning with 4 laps left. I mean, the guy in first place is 22 seconds ahead. It's obviously Max Verstappen. I think what we see now in terms of points is what we're getting. Yeah, Sainz is 3 seconds behind Perez. Talking points there. Norris, yeah, it is. I mean, I can just send the stream now. We know what it is. But we'll hang on for the final few. Why not? Happy overall for Ferrari. Sainz raced so well, and just the fact now that he lost his pace completely. The only thing I can think of is losing his tires with all that defense. So Ferrari got their tire degradation issue figured out for the most part, it seems, but still issues in the defense of it. So there's still a bit of a setup. So maybe there's more of a Band-Aid solution than an actual full-fledged solution on the tire degradation. There's a lot of factors, though, and it's hard to speculate. Yeah, 24 seconds for Verstappen. It's just about how much, right? So Sonoda takes a pass. I mean, nobody cares. That's 17th place. But I mean, they're still racing, which is fun to see. Yeah, 3 laps now. I'm surprised that Verstappen being on the mediums did not push for a fastest lap. And that is Perez. So Perez has great pace on race day. The fact that he just can't string it together in qualifying is beyond me, you know? It's the opposite of Ferrari, where they're great in qualifying and then race pace drops off. But no, things are changing. Mercedes, the whole question is Mercedes back? Maybe not. The whole is Aston Martin back? I mean, they're still in it. Verstappen wants to box on to softs to get a fastest lap run, and they're saying no. And he's like, there's a 24-second gap. And I understand if something does happen in the pit lane. But for Verstappen, he wants some excitement in his life, you know? They are getting ready. They're going to do it. I'm actually excited to see this. Because I don't care. Verstappen already has it, so Red Bull's got the point. I don't really care who now from Red Bull has the point. Verstappen has world championships for all intents and purposes. So the less you take from Perez, the better it is for the fight second onwards. So Verstappen coming to the pits. 69th lap, 70th. Sorry. So it's going to be an out lap and then coming in home. 2.3 seconds. So they go even faster. So let's see where this puts him out. Yeah, the Ferrari's not even in the frame yet. Perez is on his last warning. So, I mean, if Perez, if he does one more track limits, he actually loses third place. So Leclerc is still 3.6 seconds behind. That's funny. And obviously old hards and Max on, it's not happening. Clearly not happening. David saying point position seemed to be done pretty much. All the cars are spread out now. Yeah, we will see with all the penalties awarded how it pans out. Oh, John Elkin's there. He's watching on. He seems a little happier today. Down to 2.9 seconds, so that outlap slowed him down a little bit. Max is probably just being a little easy on the tires to warm him up, and yeah, I love the graphic chasing Verstappen for first, like, unless he just completely loses it. But no. I would love just to be a spiteful Ferrari fan for Perez to get track limits and lose third place. Just to be a douche. But Max spins out, loses his position. Perez gets track limits, and then it's a Ferrari 1-2. Is that too much? There's half a lap left. I mean, I think it's too much to ask. Let's see if he does get the fastest lap. Fastest actor 2. So let's see what he does here. Does he get fastest lap? He does. Of course he does. A 107. Charles Leclerc on the podium, second position. Finally, Charles. Perez comes in third. He's probably driver of the day. 15th to third. Not bad at all. Not bad. And I mean, Leclerc he could have. I mean, if Sainz didn't give him such a hard time, he was defended really well for such a long time. But if he passed quickly, that could have been maybe even a second. Piastri making a late pass on Tsunoda for 17. But that's that. Verstappen, Leclerc, Perez, Sainz, Norris, Alonso, Hamilton, Russell, Gasly, Stroll. Those are your points. That's that. I don't know, guys. Until then, this coming week, we're going to have to pay attention. Gentoli being announced, players back into training. Anything goes. Anything goes. We do not know. Luckily, I'm still on a holidays, Canada Day weekend tomorrow. So if anything big happens tomorrow, I'm here for it. We'll jump on. Otherwise, yeah, just stay tuned. Thank you so much for joining. Please like and subscribe. Screwed it up right at the end, as I do. So please like and subscribe, everyone. Thank you so much. Let me get... that was an easy one, yeah. Yeah, for backs. No, it was a good race. I enjoy... Oh, what am I doing? Changing things. That's not what I want to do, guys. I want to play the outro music. Thank you so much for coming. Love you all. And as Pepe said, Mercato is crazy. See you on the next one.